Hey guys, what's up? It's Marissa and I'm back for another BookTube video, and today I am doing my September wrap-up video, including the Hogwarts house battles that I was participating in. So I know I've mentioned this a couple of times already to you guys, and I know I've gone through a lot of the books already because I've done like check-ins and whatnot. So I'm just going to make this hopefully real quick, painless, easy, you know, if anybody's even interested. So stick around. So I did end up reading 17 books in the month of September, and some of those were audiobooks, of course, some of them were Kindle books, and some of them were physical books. So I'm just going to kind of run through them a little bit and let you know what I read. The first one was Aeronauts Windlass by Jim Butcher, and that was for the alchemy prompt. The second one was Circe, and that one was by Madeline Miller, and that one was for the apparition prompt. The next one was The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and that was for arithmancy. The next one was The Frame Up, and that was for the astronomy prompt. The next one was The Horse Dancer, and that was for care of magical creatures. And that one I know I haven't talked about because I think I was still reading that when I did my last video, and I did end up finally finishing that. It is a contemporary book, and I am actually going to do a review on that and post that probably next week. So if you guys are interested in that, it's a contemporary book. It's about a girl who loves horses, and that's why I picked it up, because I love horses, and I figured, okay, this is going to be a good read, and it was pretty good. So if you are interested in that book, then go ahead and watch the video if it's already out. So the next one was Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth, and that was for the charms prompt. I don't think I talked about that one. I might not have talked about that one. Veronica Roth wrote the Divergent series, and I don't know, I didn't really have high hopes for another one of her books, because while Divergent was good, it wasn't like Hunger Games good to me. So I don't know. Carve the Mark was pretty decent. I actually think I might read the second book in the series. So we'll see. We'll see if I get there. I got a lot of other books to read. So the next one is A Flicker of Steel, and that one was for Defense Against the Dark Arts. Can't remember who that's by, but I'll put the book up here so you guys can see it. And A Flicker of Steel I read on Kindle, and it sucked. I'm just saying, it sucked. The pacing is all off in these books, and it's a female protagonist and a male writer wrote it, and it just seems like he didn't understand the female brain at all. I mean, this is the second book in a series. I read the first book in the series and I finished it, but I didn't really care about it, and I for some reason had picked this one up. I don't know why, and then I DNF'd it, but the prompt was to read a book that you've DNF'd, so I picked this one up and I was sorely disappointed. So anyway, the next one was The Queen Con, and that was for the divination prompt. That was the second book in the Golden Arrow Mysteries, and I devoured that book too because it was amazing. Amazing. If you haven't seen my last couple of videos talking about the Frame Up and the Queen Con, you need to go watch them, and you need to go pick these books up because they are amazing. And Nikki over at read past my bedtime, yeah, read past my bedtime, she cannot rave about these books enough. They are amazing. That's why I ended up picking them up, and I was not disappointed at all. So definitely go check those books out. So the next one was Romanoff by Nadine Brandis, and that was for the flying prompt. The next one was Memoirs of a Geisha for the herbology prompt. The next one was The Hobbit for the history of magic prompt. The next one was Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, and that was for my Muggle Studies prompt. And then Takeoff for the potions prompt. Dracula for Ancient Runes. And Dracula, I ended up listening to that on Audible, and it was with a full cast. It was really, really good. It was really well done, but the book, it's just so slow moving. It's like a series of journal entries that were all bound together in this book, and it just got so freaking repetitive. So repetitive. But it's a classic book. I mean, the story is good. I just wish that the author could have found a better way to tell it. So, anyway, that's as much as I'm going to complain about classic books today. So the next one I read was Recursion by Blake Crouch for my Transfiguration. And the last one was Wilder Girls for the Slytherin pick. And I hated that book, just FYI. I know I've said that before, but I hated it. So if you wonder what I'm looking at, I'm down here looking at my bullet journal. I don't know if you can see that because my camera hates trying to focus. So my lovely bullet journal where I wrote down all my books, and these ones right here you can see where I literally changed my mind at least once, if not a few times, on what books I was gonna read. So obviously the TBR video that I did not stick 100% to that, so there are some differences in here. And anyway, that is all the books that I read during the month, and I'm pretty proud of myself for actually reading all of those books, even though my team still lost when it came down to points. But what are you gonna do? Oh well. So anyway, that's my wrap up. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye bye.